Okay, so what we have completed in our last class?
Team management, team manager.
Team manager. What is the action name to go to change any theme and all? Manage. You have to go to manage theme, right? Then the existing theme you can duplicate and do the necessary changes, whatever required. Or if you want the existing theme, there are certain standard themes. If you want, you can only upload logo, and if you want the color and font size, colors and etc. are same as per expectations, then you can just go ahead with that theme. Basically standard themes, they have there will be 6 to 7 standard themes by default. So maximum companies will be using the same only. They will be uploading the image. If they require their slight color change and all, then you can select any theme and duplicate it, and you can change the colors based on your own, like font color and all this, background color, header color, all this you can able to change it. Okay, so today's topic is we'll be covering basically, let me just open it. Today we'll be covering company info and org chart. Means where exactly it is, again related to employee central data models, basically corporate data model and succession data model. Not succession data model, MDF of just corporate data model and all, just to view the charts basically. So today I'm just explaining how the company info and org chart can be viewed basically. So let me just go. So in order to view any org chart, now management needs certain hierarchy, right? From this to this, the particular department is there that is reporting under that department. Certain departments are reporting sub-org units, which are nothing but 4 layers, which I have explained you starting. Legal entity, and then business unit, etc. Division and department. These are the 4 layers. If you want some one more layer extra, you can make it basically. That is custom MDF objects that completely will be explaining in data models, but just from the org chart point of view, I'm explaining today. So you have to go to this org chart. From where you have to view org chart, either you can navigate through the admin center. Just a second, it is coming. Either you can go to org chart over here, view org chart, or you can go and click org chart from here. Okay, or you can go to admin center and navigate also, not a problem. So suppose one hierarchy is there. For example, let me check. Anya Singh's manager is Charles Brown. So I'm just taking the Charles. This is the org chart. This is person to person reporting, it will show. Now I'm just typing Charles Brown. So as you can see, there are so many dotted lines, and there are some. Let me just come down. Let me bring this up. You can drag this up also. According to your convenience, you can even reduce it the percentage. So for the presentation point of view, this is basically for managers purpose. So you should be able to know from where you can able to see the view basically. So it again comes from the values updated in the system. So under this Charles Brown, under the from the master data is taking, under this Charles Brown, you'll be having certain reportees, right? Some are dotted lines, and if you see, these are the not non-dotted lines, that is firm lines. These are from here you are having dotted lines. So what is the difference between these? Can anybody guess what is the difference between dotted lines and this firm line? Basically, the dotted lines is basically indirect reportees. You can also call it as matrix reportees. The firm line is basically direct reportees. So if you want to view basically this I option, you can, if you want to view only direct reportees, then you can just select this and you can view the direct reportees. On the other hand, if you want to view matrix reportees, then you can view this dotted line reportees. These are the matrix reportees. And if you want to view the all reportees, then you can mention. Even contingent worker, you can exclude it. So some may not be visible, but nobody is contingent worker in this. That means contract workers, not a problem. Contingent means. So this is the basically view like structure. And if you want to add a new employee, you can just add a new employee from here. If you think somebody is missing or somebody is yet to be added in the group, you can directly add it. It will take you to the add new employee page. Again, you have to, I have shown you once how to add a new employee. Again, you have to go add. It is a lengthy process. The same process you have to follow it. So this is the org chart basically. Under her no report is there. So that's the reason I'm taking for some other employees. Here you can search persons basically. This is person to person reporting. This is person to person, not position to position. Position to position will be again different. This is person to person. So this person is a line supervisor of these many. These are the matrix reportees and these are the direct reportees. So you have to understand like this. They'll be asking in interview ki, what, whenever you go to org chart, what will be the dotted lines represent and what will be the non-dotted line represent. At that time, you have to say ki, this is the uh, direct reportees and this is the matrix reportees. Okay. So now, this is what about org chart. Only this is the view structure basically of the about the org chart. Now I want to go to the position org chart. So I'm just going here. So what is the difference between the org chart and the position org chart? Now I'm just going to the position org chart. Here, basically, let me just search the Charles Brown position. The difference between position org chart means here it is recognized by position, not by person. So that's the reason if you want to search by anybody from here, then you have to search by position. Now, for example, let me search Charles Brown position. To know the Charles Brown position, I'll be going to Charles Brown profile. This is Charles Brown. I'm just going to his profile. Sample employee I'm taking, just a reporting manager. You can take anybody else, not only him. Now positions will be in employment section. These all portlets I'll be explaining you in Employee Central. Configuration of each field-wise configuration I'll be explaining you in Employee Central. After the 50% of the class, after RBPs and everything, then we'll be starting mostly the data models of this. So for now, if I want to know the position of this Charles Brown, this is the position. I'm just copying this position and I'm pasting over here. Now this is the position. This position is the line supervisor of these many positions. Now here in position level, you will be only having direct positions. All the direct positions are being mentioned here. So no indirect positions. So child positions are being, if you want to see matrix position, then this is the thing. Only position to position reporting you can able to see. If you just want to don't want to see the child position, then There is no matrix position available to position. Only direct positions you can able to see over here, because matrix manager is maintained in the what we say, in the position in the front end. For example, I will just let you know, you might get confused. Just a second. For example, this is there, right? You can able to see Charles Brown. So if I take this name, Julian, Julien Pereira, suppose I'm just going to this profile. It is a matrix manager, a matrix reportee basically, Julian Pereira. Now, under this is the front end, employee side. Under this, matrix position will come in the job relationship. So I'm just going to job relationship portlet. If you see, Charles Brown is there, matrix manager. HR manager is there. You can even have matrix manager 1, 2. These are nothing but pick list. You can even add as many managers as you like, dual reporting. But first matrix manager is Charles Brown. So that's the reason it is showing under Charles Brown. Now, I'm going to this position for this employee position. This all I will be explaining you in detail later when we'll be covering position management. But just for your understanding, I'm just explaining. To view position, there is a separate transaction called manage position. You can even view from the org chart also. And even here also, I'm just searching the position and here I'm just viewing. Here, clear picture of the position will be available. Now, from the position end also, you'll be having something called matrix manager. As you can see, matrix manager for this employee is this position. So this is not Charles Brown position. If you see Charles Brown, so some other details are maintained over here. Let me check whether it is Charles Brown position or not. Three 300203. There is no Charles Brown position. 300203. That's the reason here in the position end it is not taking, because it will read the position. So here the primary hierarchy is position. If you maintain anything in the position here, then it will get reflected in the front end. But if you maintain anything directly in the front end, like in the employee profile, then it will not reflect in the position end. That I'll be explaining you how it will happen in the position management settings. Now, here also, let me just assume that the particular matrix manager is, for example, is Charles Brown. I'm just entering the matrix manager. Charles Brown position, this. So don't concentrate on this. I'm updating this and all this. Again, I'll be covering in position management setting. Just concentrate on org chart view, how we are how the org chart is being displayed and all. This is the today's session. Okay. Let me just delete for a while and just update it. There should be one matrix manager. Else, you have to take matrix manager 1, 2, 3, as many as you want. Now position org chart. Now under position, I'm just maintaining Charles Brown position. This is the Charles Brown position. Now, as you can see, this dotted line is came now because previously it was not showing. If I select the matrix position, then one dotted line is coming. So the thing which you have observed in the org chart is for taking from the person to person, from the front end, from the employee file it is taking. Now in the position end also you have to maintain matrix manager position. Now from this is taking from the position. This is not nowhere consult from the job relationship portlet or job uh, information portlet where supervisor is maintained. This is taking from the parent position. Direct managers is taking from the parent position and matrix manager is taken from job relationship. What we have mentioned in the not in job relationship under matrix, different section is there right below. If you see matrix positions, here we have mentioned the matrix manager. Okay, under this section, from this section it is taken. So this is what the difference I want to make you, the how I update and all later will be covering in the position management class, and after all the data models completed. This is completely last, but the logic behind this I want to show is matrix manager is indirect report and child. When you come to the position end, it will take, system will pick up what the data is maintained on the position end. Though in the employee profile, you have maintained so many job relationships for the employee basically, but ultimately it will take those data in position org chart, those data which is maintained in the position end. Okay, understood till here or any doubts?
No, sir.
So this is what the dotted relationship. If you want to direct child position is direct position. If you want to just to view the child position, uh, if you want to view inactive position, then you can select this. But generally, we'll be using active positions only. Now, if you see the position, basically, how do you recognize if there is any vacant position over here? Simply, there is already one means more than one, you can't assign the FTE. So 0 by 1 means basically that will be the empty position. Now here you can add any position to be hired. Here you can just go and add any employee. Basically you can add this employee, any employee to this position. So like this you have to see whether it is 0 by 1 or 1. This 2 by 1 means FTE 1, but generally you should not hire two. System will not allow, but why it is allowing basically from the position management settings. Suppose if the employee is leaving on after 3 months, then for 3 months only the system will allow this. This will be controlled from position management settings that I'll be showing you how we can able to do that. So generally system will not allow more than this FTE. You can even have more than one FTE, but that will be again shared position. Again, under manage position, you have to select shared position over here. Right now it is mass position. We are selecting no. Position type means options will be there. These are pick list, shared position and regular position. At that time, you have to select shared position and increase the FTE to 2 or 3 based on the requirement. At that time, the system will allow you. Okay. So this is how you can able to manage basically how to identify the vacant position. Here, if you have mentioned here shared position 2 or 3, then you will be having here 0 by 2, 0 by 3. So this is what the same way you have mentioned over here, FTE1. Now, if you want to increase the FTE, you can increase 15, 20, but this will change to shade position and this will be mass position to yes. Okay. This I'll be, anyways, again, I am going to explain this in position management settings. Just for this view purpose, I'm just explaining this. This is how the position you can able to view. And then this position to position, it is only picking up the position which are mentioned, and position is occupied by employees. So that's the reason it will show the employee's name also here. But this is focused on the position. This org chart will be focusing on the basically employee end. This org chart will be focusing on the employee end. This is position end. That's the only difference. Position end, Charles Brown and all. Now, next is before a couple of years, this section was not there. But later on, for the feasibility of the users, this section has been created. This is the company structure overview. This will show the three structures of the org units, basically, like legal entity, business unit, and all. But the condition is you have to, what we say, you have to maintain the master data values from the backend. In the master data values means like legal entity values and all, which end users will be updating that master data values. It should be maintained, and the configuration should be perfectly fine. For example, if I want to configure my own company structure overview, I'll be going to just concentrate on this. Configure company structure overview. This. Now I'll be adding the same thing. Code I'm just giving urban legal entity ARP LEGALENTITY, and here name I'm just giving, yeah, for example, Yash Yash or best run, for example, best run urban legal root unit, for example. I'm selecting the root unit as legal entity. Now I'm just applying it. If I want to add child entity, here I couldn't able to see. Here somebody has created personal area. Here this is some custom things, but here I couldn't able to find the business unit, because as per structure, under legal entity, business unit should come. Under business unit, division should come. Under division, department should come. This is how the tree structure. This is just view we are configuring. We are not configuring the structure from here. Here we are configuring only view. What the managers can able to see as the tree structure. That's the reason configure company structure overview. Overview we are configuring, but until and unless the configuration is right back end, we can't able to do that. So for now, just let me quickly configure that associations. Anyways, this I'll be explaining you in the Employee Central main core subject, basically. So let me just configure it, configure object definition. Don't concentrate it, basically. I'm just going fast on this, because this will be covering after 30 to 40%, 50%, basically, configuration of MDF objects. So for now, I'm just providing associations like business unit. Should be associated to legal entity. Here associations are null. So for that, I'm just making action correction. One too many. I'm associating it to legal entity. Name label I have changed to company. So not a problem. This in detail I'll be explaining you, no problem. Valid when. This is again a separate topic, so don't worry. Just for the configuration of overview, I'm just doing this. Legal entity, and then I'm just making yes, save. It is done. Then business unit के बाद division. In division should be associated with business unit. See, it is there. Okay. And then these are relationships we are creating. This is what will form the tree structure. After the end user will update the values basically. Now department should be associated with division. Yeah, it is associated with division. Now let us take one example of one value basically in best run manage data. Let us take, go to business unit once. Now let us take corporate. Should be in legal entity best run 1700 1710 for example. This here we are associating. This is again a separate topic, not to worry. I'll explain in detail. So I'm just creating values. Then only the structure will be appearing, right? Without creation of values, how we can able to see? Now, under what we say, best run, you have selected best run company, and under now division, same corporate services. I'm selecting business unit as already corp is their business unit, so no need to select. So again, I'm just mentioning department. Already corporate services is their corp SVCS. This is again associated there. So for example, this values are being updated. Now I'll be just refreshing it. Now again, I'm just creating the legal entity. Add. So here now, make sure the code doesn't have any spaces or gaps. That's the reason underscore I'm keeping. So don't, not only here, anywhere code is there, should not only label or name only, you should have spaces. That's it. Let's run. Now I'll be mentioning this as legal entity. From the legal entity point of view, root org unit should be legal entity. If not legal entity, company, because I've changed to company. This, and I'm applying the same. Now here, I'm just selecting an add child entity. This is just the layout I'm creating. I'm not creating any structure. This is the overview under legal entity. What based on the associations, you can able to see the child entity over here. Right now, I have associated to business unit just in front of you. Previously, there was no business unit mentioned here, but I have associated to the business unit. Really, I have given the relationship to the business unit. That's the reason you can able to see here association legal entity. So I'm selecting this as a child unit. Now from here, I'm adding child means business unit के अंदर क्या आएगा division. This division until and unless you provide associations and maintain values, then you if you provide associations also, this division will show here. But until and unless you maintain values, it will not show the tree structure, right? If you don't maintain the associations, the relationship in the values, then it will not show tree structures. It will show here you can create this configuration of company structure overview, but in the front end, if you want to view, you can't able to view it. So you have to create the associations first, then give the values. Master data thing also should be done, and configuration should be perfect. That both you have to keep in mind basically. Now I'm just selecting division and add. Under division department, I'm selecting add child entity here department. Okay. Yeah, it got. Okay. So I'm just saving it. And then where to go, again click here. This is configuration you have done, the layout configuration you have done, and click here company structure overview. What the name you have given for your layout? Best run. This only we have given, I guess. This is just now we have created best run legal entity, and I have given my name also, I guess, over here. Okay, it will be showing later. So again, from company perspective, I have to see company. These only associations we have given, right, in the layout. Now from the company perspective, now here you have to select the values. Now 1710, I'll be going to check the company structure of this company basically. Right now we have maintained the values for this company, right? Now if you see, company is there, business unit is there. There are so many divisions because many values are being updated here. Now under this corp, there are various departments. Directly departments are there because in this association directly we have given to departments. That's the reason it is showing departments, division, business unit. This is company, business unit. Means so many departments are being associated to this division. This is the structure basically. This is the key structure. If you want, you can just based on the requirement, you can just minimize and check. These 150 more than 154 departments are being associated to this division. Okay, this is what the structure. We have just associated one or two values. We have just done with legal entity, business unit. Only these associations were missing, but these were already there. But somebody have associated 154 departments to the division. So this is how the structure view. Basically, what we have configured, right? The view, the layout, how the manager should able to see. So this is the what the end manager we can able to see. Company, business unit. Under this one business unit is there. Business unit have 7 divisions. Under each division, you are having 100 plus departments. So this is what the difference basically. This is for this view only I have associated business unit with this company because one previously the associations were missing for this. Only for one business unit I have associated, but these were already by default, this associations and values are being maintained in the system. That's the reason there are so many. If you see under this division, you may have again 3 departments and so on. Now, you can see company, and you are just seeing the company and 1710 ID, legal entity ID, and this company and legal entity ID. Only 2 things, but I want to add little bit more so that it should be little attractive. How you can able to do? Same, you have to go to configure company structure overview. Under this company structure overview, I'll be selecting my created layout. This is what company, business unit, division, and department. Here I have mentioned only legal entity ID, company, legal entity ID, business unit code. But I want to mention something more. So what I have to mention? You have to go to edit layout. I'm just mentioning add fields. I'm just mentioning company name also over here. And then here add fields. For example, which country it belongs to. And count people. Unit name. Business unit name, and then here I'm just adding count people. That's it. Apply. Whatever you want, you can just go and edit layout, and based on that you can able to change this. Now code, I'm mentioning name of the legal name of the business unit or department or anything. Edit layout. Code is there, add. I'm just mentioning department, and if at all I want cost center also, I'll be mentioning here, for example, and apply, and I'm saving it. Now you have to go here. Just few fields I've selected. You can just try of your own. I'll be going here again. Best run legal entity, company, see here, come here, United States country also have selected. Here count of people I have selected. 438 people are there in this business unit. Here division also have selected count. So based on the selection, you can able to see the difference. Now here department, cost center I have selected. So here you